it has happened, my friends. The winner of the Eurovision 22 contest and co-host of the Eurovision 23 contest, Ukraine, has their songs for the contest next year out. 10 in the running, and I get to listen to them right now and then rank them based on my first impression. So let's listen together. Let's talk Eurovision. Sup? You fools, Matt, ES United, your favorite Eurovision channel. The broadcast had promised that all 10 competing songs would be released ahead of the show, and that is exactly what they did. Not only that, they also gave us the running order, which means I get to listen to the 10 songs in the order of how they're going to perform on the show come December 17th, because the Ukrainian National Final will take place early. December 17th, therefore the first song, I guess, to be chosen, unless we get some random new song in the running, in the central metro station in Kyiv. This is as a result, as you all are aware, of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and the station has acted as the bunker for citizens throughout the war. I am just happy that they're going to have an actual national final. We didn't know what was going to happen, but I'm excited. And we all know that Ukraine is amazing when it comes to music, so I expect a big variety of songs. I'm ready to listen to them right here, right now for the first time. So, and then at the end, I'll share my top 10 with you. If you want to follow along, feel free to do so. And in the meantime, please like this video because that always helps in the algorithm, and subscribe. Why haven't you subscribed yet? I almost said subscribing. English or whatever. Let's do this together, shall we? Let's jump right into it. DJ, hit that play button. Okay, when I saw the violin, I was hoping Fairy Tale 2.0. Right now we're starting up with a ballad. As long as I get really pretty violin, I'll be fine. I shall be okay. Okay, not violin yet. That's alright. I feel I can hear there is a build coming. Is it going to explode in a violin instrumental part? Okay, ish. Don't know if I would call that an explosion per se. More like a little whoop. Yeah, it's my fault going into there thinking it would be Fairy Tale 2.0 just because he was holding a violin. I'm stupid. But in all honesty, the violin part, because it seemed a little muted. And it's melodically not the strongest melody, though not bad. From Ukraine, we expect like daring music, experimental, and just something different. At least for the most part, doesn't always have to be that way. This just feels a little bit too safe for Ukraine. Look, I really don't dislike the song, but I don't think it has the longevity, meaning it's just a little bit forgettable. Alright. Curious where this is taking us. I'm intrigued. Keep me intrigued. Okay, now we're getting more electronic techno-y sound. This was a very, 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 very long intro. I think they should have cut that a little shorter because it was dragging a little. Okay, this is not an easy melody to get into, which is fine if it's executed right on stage. In the studio version, I'm having a little bit trouble clicking with it. I can see the song being like pretty good if you're in the right mood for it, but I don't know if it's a competitive song. The thing is, if you're into that kind of genre and music, maybe that appeals to me as more of an outsider, for the lack of a better word. It is a tad too disjointed, therefore comes across mostly messy. I appreciate that it's different and outside of the box, that it doesn't always work, and in this case, I don't know if this will be at the top of my list. Got my paper ready to rank them and make notes. For Ukraine, this is actually, they have all kinds of music. There's certainly a little bit more on the mainstream side. It's like a mid-tempo-y kind of song, more borderline ballady, but It has a good melody. Solid. I wouldn't give it an award for lyrical content per se. Best lyrical content, but it's not like cheesy. At least it's not just like rhymey rhyme. And there's my cat again. It's a very pleasant melody, and unlike the first two songs, I will say the music sticks with me. I at least remember the two songs. I think the biggest problem was there is not much to grab onto. Here you have a pleasant melody, although I wouldn't call it the most daring piece ever written. Which is not always a necessity or a requirement, of course. Sometimes a perfectly, fitting song does the trick. I really hope I'm not gonna get censored by YouTube because I have a cat licking his balls right in front of the camera. Oh, this is another interesting intro song. Okay, this is good. Attitude. Oh, this could work really well at Eurovision. Now, I don't know if this is just the studio version or the version that they uploaded, but here I feel like the beat is really loud, but the instruments you cannot really hear. So they need to fix that. Because there's this cool instrument, the flute sound, whatever it is, and it's just not as prominent as it needs to be because it's awesome. This is a risky choice for Ukraine, or it would be, but once again, they already pre-qualified, so who cares? This is the time to take a chance. I'm jiving with this one. This is totally jiving with me. I guess in some pieces I wish I would be a little bit more singing, but that's not what they're going for here. I'm enjoying this. This is just... And I love her outfit already there. Yeah. Okay. Alright, another good song. So I knew Ukraine would deliver. Yes. I keep forgetting, what is that instrument called? Is it a harp guitar? A harp and a guitar? I'm ranking them as we go along, and alright, I gotta make some changes though. I appreciate the vibe of the song. I'll say that much right now. Soothing, calm, and beautiful, but it may be misplaced at a contest, which is at a competitive environment. She sings it well. It almost has like a medieval feel to it. I just think there should have been a little bit more energy behind it. Live, this could be, especially like on big stage, if it's done right camera-wise, maybe this is really a mood. This is really a big mood that changes things. Me personally, as of right now, I'm not clicking with it as much as I want to, because I have such an appreciation for that kind of music. But once again, I feel the spark is missing here. But once again, Ukraine setting something outside of the box, so that's a weird applause, but you get my point. Okay, so this sounds more of an acoustic song, or an acoustic version of a cover. I am all in favor and very encouraging of people country singing in their own native tongue. This song, though, I will say, almost feels like it would have been better to perform in English on, because I think it has necessarily unique traits for us to get an emotion out of it. So I think if I had a little bit of better idea what the lyrical content is, I would have clicked with it more. That being said, once again, not a bad song, but it is an acoustic song that I can hear in many different places, and I don't think it has a unique flavor for me to go like, yay! Yeah, this is just a kind of song that's nice if you hear someone playing at the park, or you eating a sandwich on a bench. In terms of a competitive atmosphere that Eurovision is, this may be misplaced, but it's a fine song. It's fine. Okay, got a ballad coming here. clearly very well executed. Like sound-wise, it sounds really, really good. Very well, a very good production value. This part I kind of like, actually. Okay, it has some really neat moments. I will say, it just gives me that typical ballad that gets lost in a national final. Like, I feel if we hear that kind of song, this could come from anywhere, any country in any national final. Once again, that isn't always a bad thing, but at the same time, I'm missing a little bit of a soul in there. Not soul music, but personality and character, and I feel that's lacking. That being said, there's some really cool moments. There was another really cool moment here. She sounds good, and once again, production-wise, really well executed. But I feel as this is Ukraine, and in Ukraine we expect a lot of personality, a lot of character, and a lot of uniqueness. And if they want to go with that, this is not it. That's not the song to sing. Ranky rank. Two-tone, or is it stone? Okay. We're like, what, a minute or something into the song? I really had no comment yet because there's just not much to say. This feels, especially, I put Ukraine so up on a pedestal, but especially for Ukrainian quality, so generic. Much love to everyone out there. That song's just not for me. I cannot. It doesn't click at all. No. Can't like them all, I suppose. Yeah, no. This is like the first one where I'm like, I'm not really interested in listening to the whole song, but I always do. But I don't think I have a whole lot more to add at this point. It's just not meant for me. I'm sure there are people out there who like it. Okay, I like the beginning. It immediately grabs your attention. This is also the last song of the night. I mean, my night. Depending on when you watch it, could be morning, day. I don't know. So I like the beginning a lot because it immediately is an attention grabber. Then the verses were a little less... They were like... whelming, but I find the chorus now a tad underwhelming. So this has a lot of potential, but I don't necessarily like the route it took. Although it has some really cool elements here, like the ding 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 sound. I do like that. And once again, I said it before, and it's a comment I will make a lot throughout the national final seasons. It's not a competitive song, and I understand this is not everything, but the problem is you need to be remembered and stand out somehow, whether it's because of the beautiful voice, because of the insane arrangement, and whatever it may be. I'm struggling here to find something I'm like, yes. You know what I'm saying? I once again will put that in it. It's fine bucket. It's fine. It just doesn't move mountains in my book. Alright, got my ranking done. I used it on a menu. Doesn't matter. I want to save paper. So all 10 songs ranked based on my first impression, and I'll share with you them from 10th to first place. Let's go right through it, and then of course at the very end, please do the same in the comments. Do you agree, or did you feel different about a song? All right, let's start. The song I'm putting in 10th place, therefore getting 1 point from me, and I will not know how to pronounce all of the names here because I don't speak Ukrainian, but the name of the band is either Stone or Two-Tone. The second to last song I listened to, as I pointed out, if you ask me to remember anything of the song or like give you one line, nothing. So it just went past me. So unfortunately, someone has to come last in my ranking. Then 2 points go to song number 10. TVORCHI, Hard as Steel, similar thing, but I certainly remember a whole lot more on that one, especially the beginning, and the chorus is a little bit stronger, but ultimately I think the other songs in the running just were better. Okay, third place, 3 points. Third place. No, not third place. 3 points. 3 points go to song number 2, Oi Sound System. And I appreciate the composition for being just a little bit more daring, but once again, it was too messy for me. I couldn't get into it as much as I would have liked to. So therefore, 3 points. 4 points go to song number 1. Moisei, I'm Not Alone. I will call this the missed opportunity. They had a violin, and when you have a violin, you can go far, at least as far as my personal taste is concerned, but the violin part was probably the least impressive part to me almost. So it was fine. It just wasn't as good as it could have been. 5 points, right? Yes. 5 points go to song number 7. Tember Blanche, again, it's the coffee shop song, or like the song that you listen to in the background. It is very pleasant, very likable, but it is also not the most memorable and the most original piece. And I think this would drown a lot, but based on personal taste, I still like it. It's just the other songs I thought were a little bit more memorable and better. All right, first half done. Let's go to the top 5. So in 5th place, also known as 6 points, song number 8, Angelina, Stronger. Again, a very professional and great production and package. I think it's a great ballad. Really cool moments. Once again, sounds like a national final ballad that comes somewhere 2nd to 4th place and then just doesn't win. So, and I have a feeling it's going to be something similar here. I could be wrong. In my ranking, 5th place. In 4th place, 7 points. I had to think there. Song number 6. What is that? KRUTьі. The harp soundy song. Very quiet, very difficult to stage at Eurovision if that were to win. But the Ukrainians are known for not being scared of a challenge when it comes to Eurovision. And could go up higher in my ranking with the right mood, with the staging. I do think there could have been a little bit more instrumentation, a little bit more of a full sound, but I do like it. I do like it. I feel like my comments initially were not as supportive, but once I started ranking them, I'm like, no, this is my kind of sound. I do like it. So 4th place as of right now. Just missing out on my top 3, because in 3rd place, 8 points go to song number 3. DEMCHUK, Alive. Again, I think melodically, almost like the most memorable song. Like the chorus is very catchy, and I think it's sounded good vocally, and the progression is good. I don't think it's the most daring song, and as said, lyrically I'm not as impressed, but it's still a very good song, and therefore 8 points. Are you ready for my top 2? I was going back and forth for a little bit, but then ultimately like, now what am I talking about? I know my number 1, but my number 2, 10 points go to FIINKA and her song. I don't know what it's pronounced. Fantastic. I really like it. Again, it would be a little bit more of a risk, but who cares? Ukraine is pre-qualified. Take a risk. If that were to win, I think this would be fun, and I like the attitude that really it puts out there, and I want that kind of song at Eurovision. I think it would just add a lot of fun to the lineup, and it's different. I don't think there will be another song like that in the running. I like it very much. That means my number 1, and therefore 12 points, is Jerry Heil, When God Shut the Door. First of all, best song title in the running, and even just the song itself, it's like, it is so experimental, so daring. It's like multiple genres in one song without making it messy or convoluted, if that makes sense. It's the kind of song you just fascinated by, and you're absolutely paying attention, and that is half the rent in my book. If you can keep someone's attention without people being turned off by it, this could go far. And I want to see it live, because, you know, with a bad performer and bad staging, this could completely flop. So I'm a little bit nervous about it, but the song itself, so good, so good, so good. And I'm glad I did this listing, because I know probably by the time I wake up tomorrow, there will be 500 other people with their rankings. I'm glad I didn't get to see them before doing this. So if it were up to me, When God Shut the Door is my personal winner pre-national final. Of course, I will watch it and then maybe have a change of heart. First impression, though, that's where I'm at. Where are you? Do you agree with my top 2, my bottom, whatever it may be? Keep in mind, just my personal opinion. If you disagree, that is fine. And much love to every artist out there, because I know you put yourself forward and people like me come here and judge you like, don't take me seriously. I'm not important. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.